New details emerge regarding Bray Wyatt's tragic passing. WWE Raw broke a major record tonight. Updated Payback 2023 match card after WWE Raw. WWE spoils the result of Payback 2023 main event on Raw. Why did WWE exclude Gunther vs. Chad Gable from Payback 2023? Kevin Owens pays tribute to Bray Wyatt on WWE Raw. Seth Rollins unveils custom championship in tribute to Bray Wyatt on WWE Raw. The Miz prays for his insane WWE Raw promo. Drew McIntyre caught unaware. Breaks character backstage during Raw. Let's jump right into it. WWE Raw broke a major record tonight. The latest episode of WWE Raw was live from FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, and it featured several interesting matches and segments. WWE has been flourishing under the control of Triple H. From gripping storylines to sky-high attendance records, the company has been able to break commercial records on a regular basis. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, internal WWE records indicated that the latest episode of Monday Night Raw in Memphis is the highest-grossing Raw in the history of the market. This week's episode continued to build up the match card for Payback 2023. One major match was added to the card as it was announced that the undisputed tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be defending their titles against the Judgment Day duo of Finn Balor and Damian Priest at the event. The main event of the night saw Becky Lynch face Zoe Stark in a Falls Count Anywhere match, with Trish Stratus being ringside. The man won the match after performing a manhandle slam on her opponent. The Hall of Famer is set to face Lynch in a steel cage match at Payback. This week's episode was a commercial success as WWE managed to further the storylines for Payback. Do you think WWE has been able to live up to its expectations, considering its commercial success? Updated Payback 2023 match card after WWE Raw. We're back with yet another updated Payback 2023 match card. The updated lineup for the September 2nd premium live event finally has The Judgment Day in it. The Indomitable faction has a huge title match set for this Saturday. WWE announced that the Judgment Days, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest will take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship in a Steel City street fight at Payback 2023. The tag team champions named the stipulation for their title match during a backstage promo segment on WWE Raw. The prize fighter also promised to settle the score with the Judgment Day once and for all. In light of the injuries to both Owens and Zayn, Triple H could book Balor and Priest to win the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship at Payback 2023. It is worth mentioning that 3 members of the faction will be in action at the premium live event this Saturday. Seth Rollins vs. Shinsuke Nakamura, singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Rhea Ripley vs. Raquel Rodriguez, singles match for the Women's World Championship. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn vs. the Judgment Day. Steel City street fight for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Rey Mysterio vs. Austin Theory. Singles match for the United States Championship. Becky Lynch vs. Trish Stratus. Steel cage match. LA Knight vs. The Miz. Singles match. Grayson Waller effect with special guest Cody Rhodes. WWE only added 1 match to Payback during Raw tonight. Fans can expect another updated Payback 2023 match card during Smackdown this Friday. The September West episode of the Blue Brand will be the final WWE show before Payback comes to Pittsburgh this Saturday. The current lineup for Smackdown features the return of John Cena, among other highly anticipated segments and bouts. The Cenation leader is also advertised for 7 consecutive WWE shows after Superstar Spectacle in India. For those unaware, Cena will team up with World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins against Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. It remains to be seen which team will emerge as the winner in the much-anticipated match. WWE spoils the result of Payback 2023 main event on Raw. Payback 2023 has a relatively small card, comprising only 6 matches as of writing. There could be more, but what seems to be almost certain is the main event of the premium live event. However, WWE may have subtly spoiled the outcome of it. The bout in question is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth Rollins and Nakamura. It should, in theory, headline Payback 2023, as it is the only world title match on the show. Given that Shinsuke Nakamura stood tall on the Raw before Payback 2023 by attacking Seth Rollins from behind, it seems to be a subtle hint that the World Heavyweight Champion will be retaining. It goes without saying that very few believe Nakamura's credibility in becoming World Heavyweight Champion just yet. Many have called this a filler feud, but there have admittedly been a few good moments, with Nakamura bringing out his vicious heel side again by exposing Seth Rollins' vulnerability in his back. This week, Rollins called him out, and while fans got an enticing video package of Nakamura, he still blindsided the man he is looking to topple this Saturday. Are you Team Nakamura or Team Rollins at Payback? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Why did WWE exclude Gunther vs. Chad Gable from Payback 2023? Over the last few weeks on WWE Raw, the feud between Chad Gable and Gunther has been a massive talking point. Last week, Gable became the first man in 2 years to beat Gunther in a singles match, albeit via countout. This victory by the leader of Alpha Academy generated a lot of interest in this feud. However, despite fans talking about Gunther vs. Gable on social media, the match has not been booked for WWE Payback. Instead, Gunther will defend his Intercontinental Championship on Raw after Payback. This decision has left many fans wondering why WWE did not book the match at the event. While there could be several reasons behind it, one reason could be WWE views this match in a similar light as Becky Lynch vs. Trish Stratus. The Stamford-based promotion probably gave importance to other matches. Also, Gunther will break Honky Tonk Man's record of becoming the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion a few days after Raw next week. Hence, the story won't be affected in any way. While fans would have loved to see Gunther vs. Chad Gable at Payback, the match still holds a lot of importance. Last week, when Gunther faced Chad Gable on Raw, many expected the ring general to get past the ladder with ease. However, that did not happen. Instead, Gable put on a brilliant performance and won the match via countout. While Chad Gable could not win the title, he became the first man to beat Gunther since the latter's main roster debut. After the match, the Austrian spoke to Jeff Sneider and addressed his defeat. Speaking about the importance of winning, Gunther said that he plans to win and remain champion. "I'm definitely taking pride in my title reign. Ever since I came to the main roster, it didn't take too long until I got my hands on the Intercontinental Championship. Since then, I can leave my own mark and legacy on the title, and in the same process, building my own legacy. I've been doing it my way, the way I've always expressed myself in the ring. I'm still doing that, and that's something I'm very proud of, obviously. Wins and losses in wrestling are something different than in other sports, but in my situation, it's very important to win because I plan to stay Intercontinental Champion." Next week on Raw, Gunther will have a tough task at hand when he faces Chad Gable. It will be interesting to see if the Alpha Academy leader can stop Gunther from breaking Honky Tonk Man's record next week. Kevin Owens pays tribute to Bray Wyatt on WWE Raw. Tonight's episode of WWE Raw is the first one since the tragic demise of Bray Wyatt. The two-time Universal Champion passed away on Thursday, with the news rocking the wrestling world. Many wrestlers have posted tributes to him on social media since the terrible news, with one of them being Kevin Owens. The star paid tribute to Bray Wyatt on WWE Raw as well. He was seen sporting a black armband with his real name, Wyndham, written on it following the show's opening match. Owens attacked JD McDonough after he cost Sami Zayn his match against Damian Priest. Eagle-eyed fans spotted KO's tribute to Bray Wyatt. It was a subtle but touching gesture for the late WWE superstar. This was Kevin Owens' first appearance on television since Wyatt's passing, as he wasn't on the emotional episode of Smackdown last Friday. Owens and Zayn will defend their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against Damian Priest and Finn Balor at Payback. This might be the culmination of their feud with the Judgment Day, which has dominated WWE Raw over the past couple of months. A title change is unlikely, especially since Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's next Tag Team Championship defense has already been announced. They are set to defend the belts against Indus Sher at Superstar Spectacle in Hyderabad, India, next Friday. Seth Rollins unveils custom championship in tribute to Bray Wyatt on WWE Raw. WWE continued to pay tribute to Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk this week on Raw, which included several stars using Wyatt's lines in promos and wearing armbands throughout their matches. Seth Rollins used the term Yowie Wowie in his promo, as well as showed off his championship side plate, which featured a picture of the Fiend. It's unclear if this will remain part of the championship belt moving forward, but it is quite heartwarming since it was the Fiend Bray Wyatt who took the Universal Championship from Seth Rollins a few years ago. The two men battled it out several times over and were part of an interesting Hell in a Cell match, which was stopped by the referee when the Fiend refused to quit despite being in a position where he should have. Later, during their match in Saudi Arabia, the Fiend emerged victorious and was one of the last holders of the Universal Championship before it was unified by Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins will defend his title against Shinsuke Nakamura this weekend at Payback, but if he retains, this could be a lasting tribute from one of Bray Wyatt's biggest rivals. Did you spot Seth Rollins' tribute this week on Raw? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. The Miz praised for his insane WWE Raw promo. The Miz is no stranger to impersonating other superstars, and he has done it before to both John Cena and The Rock. This week, he did the same to LA Knight, and one of his real-life close friends simultaneously praised him and took a shot at him. The A-lister received a lot of praise for his promo on Raw this week, where he impersonated LA Knight ahead of their clash at Payback 2023. On Twitter, Matt Cardona, FKA Zack Ryder, who is a four-time champion in WWE, said that this was the best thing that The Miz has done besides marrying Maryse. As you know, The Miz and Maryse met in WWE, with the two going on to date for some time before getting married. Maryse hasn't been an on-screen figure for a while, but she still makes occasional appearances. In fact, she impersonated Nikki Bella in the same segment that her husband did to John Cena. There was no LA Knight on Raw this week to respond to the two-time Grand Slam champion, but he will be expected to win this Saturday at Payback 2023 before he presumably resumes his duties on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre, caught unaware, breaks character backstage during Raw. WWE Raw was a major show coming on the back of an emotional weekend. The show was also the go-home episode for the upcoming enormous event this coming Saturday, WWE Payback. However, during the show, there was a moment when a star could not avoid breaking his character, with Drew McIntyre laughing during his conversation with Matt Riddle. Over the last few weeks, Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle have been working together. With Riddle the heavy supporter of the idea of a tag team between them in the first place, McIntyre has been apparently tolerating the star. However, they have found some success together, with the exception of the match where the New Day defeated them thanks to interference from the Viking Raiders. Backstage during Raw, Riddle approached Drew McIntyre, who was looking unhappy with the idea that had been suggested for a gear change for him. Riddle had photoshopped his own gear on McIntyre, who didn't look too keen on making the team official. When he asked Riddle to hold on before making such changes, Riddle then said that McIntyre probably wanted matching kilts. The star was caught unawares by the comment and ended up snorting in laughter and turned away. He then visibly focused to turn back to Riddle, serious once again. Even if the comment had been a joke, McIntyre quite clearly broke character there, seemingly not ready for the kilt comment from his erstwhile tag team partner. It remains to be seen where this team goes on WWE Raw, but for the moment, it appears that much like RK Bro, Riddle is slowly winning over his much more serious partner. New details emerge regarding Bray Wyatt's tragic passing. WWE superstar Bray Wyatt tragically passed away last week at the age of 36. A new report has emerged detailing what took place before his death. Last Thursday, Triple H broke the news on Twitter that the former Universal Champion took his last breath that day, leaving the entire world in shock. It was reported that earlier this year, he had a bout with COVID that exacerbated his heart issues. The report also mentioned that a heart attack was the reason behind his untimely passing. According to TMZ, Bray Wyatt didn't have a doctor-recommended heart defibrillator with him when his body was discovered. As per law enforcement records that the site obtained, the former WWE champion had informed JoJo Offerman, his partner, that he was going to take a nap. She then became concerned when his alarm went off after an hour and did not stop. The report goes on to mention that Bray was found in his bed not breathing and was turning blue. JoJo called 911, and although attempts at CPR were made, he was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Due to his heart complications, Wyatt had an appointment with doctors on the morning of his passing and was advised to keep wearing an external heart defibrillator. However, investigators found that he wasn't wearing it at the time of his death. The device was later located in his parked car in the driveway. It's not known whether wearing the defibrillator would have saved his life. The latest episode of SmackDown was dedicated to WWE Hall of Famer Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. The stage was filled with a bunch of talent, and there was a 10-bell salute for both wrestlers. In the main event of the show, Wyatt's last opponent, LA Knight, collided with Finn Balor in a singles match. The megastar talked about his Royal Rumble opponent before the match started and defeated Balor to close the show. What's your favorite Bray Wyatt moment? Sound off in the comments below.